Hi, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the petty, it's a tongue twister for me, the bitter, petty baby mama club. And it also applies to dads, but the reality is that the majority of the women, single moms, is more than there are single dads. So and this is in regards to a parent who talks about the other parent in front of the kids, talking about how they're no good, how they're a deadbeat, how they'd rather be spending time with someone else, or whatever the case may be, without realizing that what you are doing is you're making it awkward for the child to love that parent. What you fail to realize is that children are born naturally to love both parents. They love mommy, they love daddy, so on and so forth. But when you're talking about that other parent constantly, on a regular basis, in a negative light, it forces them to choose their loyalty, because remember, they're with mom, right? So mom is raising you, mom's the one that's doing everything for you, and dad's not there. So now you have to show loyalty to mom, right? Because she's the one that's there for you. And if she's talking about dad and she doesn't like dad, and she's talking about how bad dad is, then I shouldn't love dad. It's a horrible thing to do to a child, in all honesty. You should never force a child to choose who they should love. They should be loving both parents. Regardless of what happened in the relationship between the both of you, you should teach your child to love that parent. That's the bottom line. If you want to talk smack about that other parent, then with your girlfriends or whatever the case, then do it somewhere where the child can't hear, is not within earshot, because sometimes kids, you think they're not listening, but they're listening to every word you are saying. And they record it. They record it in their mind, and they record it in their heart. And you're spilling that negativity into their spirit, into their heart. And then you wonder why we have children who grow up to be adults who are messed up in the head, who can't love anyone because they can't love themselves, because they were brought up thinking that their parent didn't love them. So if my father didn't love me, then how are they supposed to love themselves or love someone else? You don't realize the damage that you do to children. It's a shame, actually. And I've seen it time and time again. And I wish people would stop doing that, how they talk negatively about the other parent. Or if the child does something bad, oh, you're just like your father. Oh, that's exactly what your father would do. Or you're just like your mother. That's exactly what your mother would do. Making them think that coming out like that parent is such a bad thing. When in actuality, it has to do with genes. We can't control genes. No matter how much we want to, we can't control them. And a child will either come out exactly like their mother or exactly like their dad, or having the characteristics of that parent. But it is what it is. It's not that the child acts for it. It's in the DNA. So stop making them feel so bad about being like the other parent. Because then they're going to hate themselves because they hate that other parent. And now you're telling them, oh, you're just like that parent. So now they're going to hate themselves. Come on. You know, people really need to parents really need to focus on the child and stop being so bitter and petty because the relationship didn't work out between you guys for whatever reason. And here's another one that gets me. When a parent is bitter and the other parent has moved on, the other parent has moved on in a new relationship, happy, and now you want to be bitter and petty about, I don't want my child around her. And chances are you don't even know her or him. So now you're making it awkward for the child because the child hears you talking smack about the other person. Oh, your father wants to be with you. Your father's in a relationship. Your father loves that person. That he wants to be with that person. He don't want to. Fucking up their head. And you don't even know this person. I mean, unless you specifically know this person from like around the way or know who they are and know that they are a messed up individual, then I can see you wanting to say, I don't want my child around that person, because you have every reason and every right. I get it. But when you don't know the new person that they're with, the new partner, but you want to be petty and talk about, I don't want my child around that person. You're making the child feel like they need to choose who to love. So they're going to be around this other person. They're going to give him a hard time. They're going to be disrespectful. They're going to say, I don't like him. I don't like her. I don't want to be around her, because they're saying exactly what you're saying. Creating problems. When you should teach your child that it's okay to have love from different parents, different people, and you can have two households that are filled with love. You could be loved in one household, you could be loved in another household, and you can give love as well. That way you have children who grow up to be fulfilled adults. Hello. So do yourself a favor and cancel that membership to the Bitter Baby Mama Club and Daddy Club, and do what's best for your child. It's that simple. I can't emphasize it enough. Do not talk about your children, about the other parent, in front of that child. You're doing that child no justice. Find a way to get over it. Find a way to deal with it. Come to terms with it. Be at peace with it. So that way you don't carry that bitterness inside of you and it doesn't go pouring and spilling into your child's life. Have a blessed day. Love ya. And here's a side note. I'm not talking this just to talk about it. I also went through this experience. We're not perfect. We all fall short of the glory, right? And I was young and I did this. Until one day my daughter, who was young also, came to me and told me that it hurt her when I spoke about her dad. I realized what I was doing. I apologized to her. I said, I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. And I made it a point not to do it again. That was a learning experience for me. And that's why I am making this video. So that way, because parents don't realize what they're doing. And I just want to shed light so that way we have loving, productive adults.